Hi, I'm Mary Beth Stapleton, Manager of Family and Community Partnerships for Harford County Public Schools. Thank you for joining me today for the Parent Academy Real Talk on the Ashley Addiction Treatment Program. With me today is Laura Dahl, who's Director of Family Services for that program. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I know there's amazing things that go on at Ashley, and we're really excited to hear about that as resources for families. And so thinking about what's available for families, we have lots of parents who are always looking for resources for themselves or for their children. Just if you could give us kind of a bit of your background and an overview of Ashley, that would be helpful.
Sure. So my name is Laura Dahl. I am a licensed clinical professional counselor. And as the Director of Family Services at Ashley, I do come with a background of community-based work, working in Harford County government before coming to Ashley full-time. And at Ashley, we've been present in the community for about 40 years.
Wow.
Providing inpatient treatment for substance use disorder. With that, we have grown exponentially over the last 40 years. We provide not only inpatient services, but we also have 2 outpatient facilities as well. Those are located in Bel Air and Elkton. And these services are offered at different levels of care, depending on the needs of a person's loved one or yourself. And we also offer family services throughout that, because we know that when the family is engaged in recovery themselves, the success rate of our loved ones in recovery increases exponentially. So it truly is a family disease. And this new venture for us is the Clubhouse, in addition to our children's program that we've had during these 40 years as well. So we're super excited to be able to offer this prevention arm of Ashley, this new innovative care, in hopes that we can really remove barriers and provide support and help to adolescents and the families.
Wonderful. That's great. So if a family is interested in accessing care, they have a loved one that needs that support and they really are ready for that support, they have a number to call or a hotline to call with Ashley?
Yes, so we do have a phone number, and you can find all of this information online at ashleytreatment.org, and you will be greeted and you'll see the phone number and an ease of access. One thing to know too, that you know what, we understand that Ashley may not be the best fit for some people, and what we do pride ourselves in is helping people find the care that is appropriate for them, even if it's not us.
Wonderful. Well, that's good to know as a resource for families for sure. And then thinking about this new exciting adventure with the Clubhouse, I know that's also in your department.
Yes.
So thinking about the Clubhouse, and what is it, what's it about, where's it located, just some information for families if they want to participate.
Yes, definitely. So just to give a little bit of knowledge about the Clubhouse is located in Aberdeen, Maryland, in the Aberdeen Marketplace. So if you're familiar where the Panera is, we're right in that shopping center.
Oh, great.
And to be able to come to the Clubhouse, there is an application process that we must go through. So you can access that application at ashleytreatment.org/theclubhouse. We also welcome phone calls. So you can call us at 410-273-2300. And with that, one of our peers will be waiting for your phone call so that they can help you walk through this process. For the Clubhouse, we are working with Harford County youth, and they have to be between the ages of 12 and 17.
Okay, so in middle or high school,
Middle or high school, yes. And one thing to know, if your child is 18 years old and still in high school, come on over.
Okay, great. That's good to know for sure.
Definitely,
Yeah. So the student and the parent apply to be a part of it. And so once a student's there, what kinds of things are they doing?
Let me tell you, honestly, this is the coolest place.
Oh, cool.
I've never seen anything like it. We're the first of its kind here in Harford County, and when you walk in, what I've heard is there's this immediate welcome and warmth to it, which is so intentional by us, especially at Ashley. So what we truly wanted to create this space to be is a safe, healthy environment for our youth to learn how to connect with one another and communicate and connect with their family in a healthy way, while also learning how to cope with life without turning to substances.
So to be clear, this isn't for children who are already perhaps using drugs or alcohol. It could be for all children, right? It's not just for children who might be struggling a bit with that. There all kinds of kids can participate.
So the definition we use is at risk for substance use disorder. The main question I get is, okay, well, what makes my adolescent at risk, right? So there's a multitude of variables that can play out. This could be social. It could be family history. So with this, it could be, lack of connection at school, lack of connection to their peers, lack of academic success, right? Previous mental health problems that we're seeing, right? We know the pandemic exacerbated our adolescents being diagnosed with anxiety, depression. All of these make our kids at risk.
Okay, so it sounds like all of those categories are really pretty much covering a lot of our children and adolescents. So that's good to point out. And thinking about that as a parent, you may think to yourself, oh, my child's not at risk because for whatever reason, but what you've just listed, there's potential there. And so having that safe, healthy, happy environment would really build them up and give them those resources to have positive youth development.
Yes, we love to use the term pro-social. We're really providing a space to have pro-social behaviors, to really learn how to navigate the stressors of life, because we're all stressed. There's positive and negative stress, and what do we do with it, and how does it motivate us, right?
Right, and when thinking about that stressors of life and parenting in general, that could be stressful.
Yes.
So you have a new program that's about to start, Strengthening Families. Can you talk a little bit about that for parents, because that's just for parents, right, and how to basically help cope with the stress of parenting?
Actually, Strengthening Families is for the adolescent and the parent.
Oh, so they do it together?
Yes.
Oh, how cool.
This is what is so powerful about this program. So one important piece is it's evidence-based, right? So there's research driven behind it. And this program is one that runs for 11 weeks. So we are in the process of going through our applications for the fall session. With this, we will be working with families and their adolescents between the ages of 12 and 17, right? And what happens is the family will come in on the Tuesday evening. They will enjoy a dinner together as a family unit, because we know breaking bread together, there's something intimate to that. Slowing down and having conversations around the table are so healthy and natural. They can be normal.
And it's harder and harder to do when your child's a teenager.
Yes, yes. So after we enjoy our dinner together, that is provided, and this program is completely free. I really want you guys to know and understand that this is a free service that we're providing the community, both the Clubhouse and Strengthening Families. And what we do is we introduce a topic for that session. We will then break the parents and the adolescents into separate groups, so they'll be in different rooms to learn more about the skill and at their level. Because parents learn differently than kids do, right? And we want to have a safe space for both of them to share and be open so that they can learn to apply it in a healthy way. What I absolutely am so excited about this program is the fact that after we teach the adolescents and the parents this skill, we bring them back together and we have you apply it before you leave the facility. Because here's the thing, Mary Beth, honestly, when we learn something, it's great, we learn it, but to actually apply it, most of the time feels really uncomfortable, because I'm asking you to do something different, right? So if we expect people to learn and then go back into their natural environments, into their homes, where we get triggered and highly emotional, I'm guilty, right? Even as a clinician, it's harder for us to put those skills into action if we haven't practiced them in a safe environment before.
So just to be clear for parents, when you talk about skills, could you give an example of what one of those skills might be that they would learn about?
Sure. So communication is a huge theme throughout Strengthening Families.
Okay.
How do we have difficult conversations? How do we, lean in with love while also challenging and maybe sometimes agreeing to disagree? Learning those win-win situations. We even have tangible activities for them to take away. One of the things I absolutely love is our conversation jar. So we have the family create this together. They decorate it. It can be a centerpiece on their dining room table. And it has prompts for them to pull, because sometimes we don't know what to talk about. And when we pull it out, it gives us a prompt and we get to have a conversation over dinner.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like a really, no harm, no foul conversation, and everybody can just learn some positive ways to interact with each other as a family. So that's a fabulous resource. That's great. Thanks for sharing that. So, Laura, just to be clear, is this a clinical experience? Is it like group therapy, or is it something else for students?
That's a great question. I like to talk about the fact that it takes a village
Okay.
to raise a kid,
Yeah.
right? So in that village, for the Clubhouse, we're definitely not clinical. We are strongly peer-based, and some questions we may get is, what qualifies a peer? A peer means that this is somebody who has lived experience in some form or fashion, whether it be mental health, substance use, something along those lines, that have seen the other side and can give hope and understanding to the adolescents, and also provide support to you, the parent, families, so that we can be an enhancement to what we're all trying to achieve, which is adolescents getting through to the other side and being successful adults.
Great. And so it creates that positive experience for students, peer-to-peer,
Yes.
that really just builds each other up, and resilience, knowing we all struggle, but that
Yes.
resilient piece is there for them. So that's great. Well, thank you for all the resources and services that Ashley provides, and for your leadership in this for the community. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time on Parent Academy Real Talk.